Welcome to the Chateau Longsign. We are glad that you are with us today. You say, who is us? Well, my wife is in the room. She's quietly keeping to herself. She's not in danger, I promise you. I keep her safe. All right, then we're going to be looking at Philippians 4, verse 9, but wanted to let you know how you can watch fly fishing. How do you watch fly fishing? Live streaming. I'll get to the mug. The mug today is Wisconsin Superior Painting and Coatings. They go to our church and small business, and guess what? They gave me the mug. And you say, wow, is that all it takes for you to lift up a company is for them to pay you off? Yep, I'm that cheap. Also, don't forget to pray for my other company that I work for, Quality Paint and Coatings. Pray for small business owners. They're the engine that keeps America employed, and they certainly need our prayers during this time. But we are in Philippians chapter 4, verse 9, and let me read that aloud. That says, those things which ye have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do, and the God of peace shall be with you. And there's several things to consider. First of all, the verse starts with those things. The things that Paul is referring to, he's talking about all those things that he had taught leading up to that. He is talking about how they need to be united and have the mind of Christ. He's talking about how they need to rejoice in the Lord always. And again, rejoice. They need to make sure that they have the right thought life. Finally, brethren, think on these things, right? Whatsoever things are lovely, just, honest, and of good report, they need to think on those things. And so all that comes down to this. He says, those things, and the next part he says, which ye have both learned, received, and heard, and seen in me. So Paul is the example, and he says, the things that I have taught you, the things that I've given you, the things that you've heard me say, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to do them. And so in my household, and if you've heard me preach before, I use this phrase a lot, find out what the right thing to do, and then do it. So you're supposed to find out what the right thing is to do, and then do it. It's simple. So a lot of people have a lot of theological knowledge. They know the right thing. They know the golden rule. They know the Sermon on the Mount. They know they're supposed to love their enemies. They know they're supposed to love their wife. They know they're supposed to do all sorts of things. But practically, what you find out is that they aren't quite as dedicated to doing it as just knowing it. So Paul lays out all those things, and he wants them to know, he wants them to receive, and he wants them to hear it, but he mostly wants them to do it. So be a Christian who's active in doing today. And so what does that give you? The God of peace shall be with you. And so maybe the question is, how do you get God on your side? It's not really a question of how you get God on your side. It's about being on God's side. So if you want the God of peace to be with you, you have to go where he is. And our God is holy and just, and he wants you to be holy and just and righteous and all those things. And you can get that in accepting Christ as your Savior and then living accordingly. And so that's more or less what I have today. Excuse me, but I have a question for you. How did the Scarecrow win an award? How did the Scarecrow win an award? He was outstanding in his field. Thank you for joining me. We hope you're doing well, and can't wait to see you again next time.